Hey everybody and welcome. This is Dr. Heather. I'm here in my kitchen. A lot of you have been requesting that you need some super simple, easy keto meals that you can actually take and bake or bake and take or serve for your guests. So we are actually having kind of amazing friends over tomorrow. Sorry, you guys are all amazing, but go ahead and share this. This is meant to be shared. I know a lot of people kind of get stuck in a rut eating the same foods all the time. So we are having kind of a coffee and cream get together tomorrow. So I did actually.
So is it kind of coffee and cream, or are we actually having coffee and cream?
We actually are having coffee and cream, but if you don't drink coffee, we've got tea and some other things. So we are having some bagels. I actually hired them or bought them today from the amazing people, Emily and Sean Embry at Loco Lunchbox up north. They are local keto bakers or low carb bakers. So I'll show you their goodie box afterwards. But I decided to also have two kiddos coming home from college that I need to have a quiche. And I make this crustless quiche. I know a lot of times I show it afterwards. So I thought I'd go ahead and show you how I make it today, because it is super, super simple, easy. So right now I'm just taking about a tablespoon of coconut oil. Because it's a crustless quiche, you need to make sure that you get the pan kind of oiled well. Even though there's grease from the bacon and the ham and the sausage, you can also make this vegetarian. It wouldn't be vegetarian because the eggs are in it, but you can make it, yes, vegetarian, just not vegan, and put all sorts of yummy vegetables in there. You can put spinach and red peppers and tomatoes and asparagus and all sorts of great veggies in there, but I always grease that pretty well. And then again, we take 6 organic eggs. I'm actually using 9. Eggs are super small this time of year because this is not a normal fertilization time for eggs. So we're actually going to use 9 today. Or if we use duck eggs, and those actually are generally a little bit bigger size, I'd probably use 5 or 6 duck eggs instead of 9 regular chicken eggs. What were you going to say?
They're not organic, but that's okay.
So we use the best quality of eggs that you can buy. And so what we do is, I'm going to put my mixer right here. We simply pour, Dr. Ralph's going to help me, 6 to 9 eggs, depending on how big they are. I just made this enough to know that if their yolks look pretty small, they don't have a large content. And then I'm using 1.5 cups of coconut milk. Now I took the canned coconut milk, you can go ahead and pour it in there. I took the canned coconut milk and I poured off, this is the liquid I poured off the cans, and then I used what was left to make my heavy whipping cream. But you can also just use coconut milk, almond milk, hemp milk, something like this. So 1.5 cups, about 1.5 cups of liquid. You can kind of tell if you need a little bit more. Then I have 1.5 cups of almond flour. I'll show this. So you can use almond flour, almond meal. The almond flour is a little bit less gritty. The almond meal definitely has more B vitamins in it. So Dr. Ralph's going to pour in 1.5 cups of almond meal. And I'm going to put in, so it gets a little bit of rise to it, I'm going to put in hopefully a teaspoon of baking powder, and non-aluminum, gluten-free baking powder. I might be a little shy on that. And then we simply do is we just blend it in the Vitamix. So I'm going to turn it right here so you can see it, or pull it here. We need the lid, right? That's most important. Lid, lid, lid. So it'll be a little noisy here no, I have the lid.
There it is.
Aha, always have the lid. So hold on for a second. So that is 6 to 9 eggs. I'm not going to have them poured in there yet because we're going to take our grease pan. You could use bacon grease, you could use butter, you could use coconut oil. I simply use coconut oil. I think it comes up much better. I am going to use 1 cup of diced ham, so you can use whatever meat you want. And then I have, if you want to get the sausage, I have 1/2 cup of bacon. So just cook the bacon and chop it up. And just kind of spread it out there. And then I actually cooked 1 pound of sausage, so it's not hot and spicy. You could use any temperament that you want. Again, you could put lots of good veggies in here, so we're just gonna put that pound of meat in here. And then my boys don't like it super oniony, but you could definitely use onions, jalapeno peppers. So I'm gonna put about 1/2 cup of onions in here. And then I think you guys know I mostly use non-dairy, but my sons actually like to have a little bit of dairy. So I'm going to put about 1 cup of cheese on this right now. And we did not shred our own. We're not using goat cheese today because I probably would, if I had time, would have got a brick of sheep cheese in there. Manchego would have shredded that and used that. I'm just going to use like a half a cup. You can also use almond cheese. You could use sheep cheese. You could use goat cheese. You could use a Dyad non-dairy cream cheese. And then you can see what this looks like. So we've just dumped everything in there. Again, you could use veggies, mushrooms, peppers, whatever you want, spinach or kale. And then we're just going to pour this mixture right over the top.
Your imagination is your limit to what you can put in there.
And so that consistency looks pretty good. You don't want as thick as cake batter. So how do you know if you need more eggs or more liquid? You just want it to be about that runny, honestly. And then we're going to cook it at 350 for 50 to, sounds really right, 50 to about 60 minutes. So I generally check it about 50 minutes. I'm just making sure everything kind of settles out like it needs to. It'll get a nice big crust on it, so cook it right in the middle. So I'm going to hand that off to Dr. Ralph. And then I also have, when it's done, we've got a little bit of leftover pico you can put on that. You could make it more Mediterranean and put some olives on the top. So we'll serve the quiche tomorrow at our coffee and cream. I know coffee and cream plus quiche and plus bagels and plus good keto stuff. And we're going to have this on the side that people can top it with. You could do sour cream. You could do jalapenos. So we'll have those sides there for people to add some guacamole. It would be great to get those more healthy fats in there. And then the last thing I'm going to just show you how I make is that we had rotisserie chicken the other night. I have some left over, so my guests are going to be getting some of chicken salad tomorrow because that's always super easy. You can serve it on cucumbers. You can put it in little 1 ounce or 2 ounce cups. Just super, super easy to serve. And so I'm going to simply just chop up. I am very bright there. I have leftover rotisserie chicken, so I'll chop up about 2 pounds of rotisserie chicken. Then celery, again, we talked about the dirty dozen. You always want to buy celery organic. It's one of those dirty dozen things you always want to buy. And I like mine super crunchy, so I'm going to really dice my celery, probably 3 or 4 sticks, pretty nice and firm in there. Then I'm going to add my chopped celery, my chopped onions. I'll also do a little bit of onion powder. Also forgot on my quiche, which I'll have Dr. Ralph do real quick, is I forgot to add salt and pepper in there. So we're gonna just add 3 or 4 cranks of salt and pepper around the quiche right now. It's never too late. So I'm just going to take all these and I'll put the recipe down below, or you can jump over to my website, which is askdrheather.net, and get the recipe for, this is a chicken salad, but if you have leftover turkey in the freezer, that would work. With the chicken salad, you can always add extra boiled eggs to it if you have those boiled, extra avocados, and really just keep that consistent with the mayo. So you could buy half mayo, avocado. You could actually do more of a little bit of vinegar style. What do you say?
Make your own.
Yeah, our recipe is to make your own mayo. If you have an egg allergy or sensitivity, then there also are some veggies that you can use as well. It may have a little bit of soy in it, but we generally keep away from Miracle Whip and sugary things like that. So just gonna put onions, my diced onions, which I have left over from my quiche, celery, which I have in the fridge already. Going to add some mayo, probably 1 medium avocado, a little bit of onion powder, a little salt and pepper. Chop this all up and serve that tomorrow in again, a big bowl. Then I'll have some sliced cucumbers or some peppers that people can just load those in, and maybe some just little 2 ounce servings, so people just get a little serving side of that. So that is my plan tomorrow for our keto, coffee, bagel, quiche, and more. But I am gonna just take the phone here a second. I know the light's super bright, and I'm gonna show you what I picked up from Loco Lunchbox. They actually have their information on the low carb KC website, but I'm gonna turn the light on here a second. Actually, Dr. Ralph's getting me the light. So I ordered just a cookies and more box. So look what this looks like. And I know she uses all almond flour. I know there is dairy and eggs, so it's not vegan, but a mixture of nice little cookies and more. She had some fat bombs we've already put in the freezer. Looks like some nice little goodies in here. Looks like a nice little granola or trail mix in here. I just said, give me the and more, and I'll see what I get. I know there's ginger cookies in here. These are her jam cookies that we talked about on Low Carb KC from her book. There looks like there's some donuts. Definitely have some peanut butter and some ginger cookies. And then we have a whole entire plate of bagels. I'm not going to open up for you guys. So we've got blueberry bagels, we have bacon cheddar bagels, we have garlic bagels, and we have cinnamon bagels. And then we have a regular cream cheese, and then we have a non-dairy strawberry cream cheese. So they look amazing. So hope this helps you guys plan a little bit more. We have a party tonight, we have an event tomorrow, but that's how simple it was. Just throw everything in a pan, like Dr. Ralph said, be your own kind of chef, your own, make up your own recipe, throw whatever's left over in the fridge. Again, I'll post this recipe down below, so it's really just a super easy baked quiche. You can actually freeze this, you can put it in mini muffin tins if you wanted to and serve it that style. I'm gonna serve it tomorrow again in little bites, probably 2 by 2. Then I'll have some guacamole, some salsa, some sour cream, so people could top that if they want to go ahead and eat the dairy. But hope this helped you plan just maybe something new for your upcoming holiday events, or just even just recipes to have ready to go. Tuna salad, chicken salad, egg salad, salmon salad, all that stuff is so easy. It keeps for several good days in the refrigerator. It's so versatile. You can actually use a low-carb tortilla if you wanted to, some flax crackers, some keto crackers, or again, I'm gonna use cucumbers tomorrow because I just love to dip cucumbers and pepper. So you guys have an amazing day, and let me know what your favorite holiday recipes are. Cannot wait to hear what you've got cooking in your kitchen, and thanks for joining me today. And remember, please share